This is episode 33 of the TO Sports Talk podcast. I'm your host, James Price, along with Evan Brown. How's it going, buddy, on this kind of gloomy, rainy afternoon on Saturday?
We always have to start out with the forecast. Every single time I'm drinking nice water right here. We are good to go. Episode 33 on a Saturday afternoon. Like you said, it was gloomy.
It's weird because we're doing it on a Saturday. I don't know if we've ever done it on a Saturday.
I don't think so.
And you think it would be nice out because it's a Saturday, but
No, it's not. And it's not gloomy for the Toronto Raptors. We're going to be starting with them first. A 6-0 start, best start in franchise history, and Kawhi Leonard with his impact with this team. It is unbelievable. Injury updates, obviously, we're going to be talking about that. So, the Raptors segment is going to be a blast to talk about.
And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, William Nylander, we heard a little bit last week about things getting pretty close with Willie. 48, 72 hours getting a contract done. Yeah, well, it's been past that and there's been nothing. So we'll talk about that. We'll break down that whole spiel. We'll talk about the Leafs facing the Peg at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Austin Matthews. You haven't heard too much about him lately. We'll talk about that and, of course, around the league as well.
And for the last segment, we're going to be talking about the Jays and the managerial search is over. Hired a new manager. We're going to be talking about that. And also World Series talk. 7-hour game last night. Insane against the Dodgers and the Sox. We're going to be talking about that. And obviously questions, maybe a little fantasy here and there, a little chirping and whatnot. Let's get this puppy rolling with the Toronto Raptors. 6-0 start.
Crazy. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they tie the Golden State Warriors for like the 5th or 6th team in NBA history to start the season with consecutive wins of 110 points or more.
Really?
The 2015-2016 Warriors.
Now, I wonder, what's the best start in NBA history if we can be close to that?
Like winning record? Like
10-0, 11-0.
Oh, okay. It's probably quite a bit.
We'll search that up right now.
Okay.
I would imagine the Raptors would have to be with the teams of, the 72-10 Warriors, the 96 Bulls. They went 73-9. The Warriors 2 years ago. So Raptors could be in the same conversation as them.
So the Warriors won 24 straight games back in 2015, 2016.
But who had the best start?
They won their first 24 games.
In a row?
The Warriors began the 2015-2016 season by winning their first 24 games.
Really?
You're reading that.
Wow. I didn't know it was that good. So they were...
Well, we're only 6-0.
Hold on. So they were 24-0?
That's what happens when you go.
I don't remember that.
73-9. I mean, my goodness, that's what happens, right?
I guess that's crazy.
We're going to talk about that, and the crazy thing coming up. I don't think it's going to be easy because of the fact that you got a very, very good Milwaukee Bucks team you're playing on Monday in Milwaukee.
True, but we faced a very, very good Wolves team. I get it was at home. It was still a good team.
They didn't have Wiggins.
Still a playoff team. Didn't have Wiggins. They had a fiery Jimmy Butler.
They don't have a Giannis Antetokounmpo. That guy is something else. He's almost averaging 17.
Chris Middleton,
Malcolm Brogdon. I've always loved his game. Eric Bledsoe.
I think as a team, the Wolves are better as a team than the Bucks. But superstar wise,
I don't know.
Giannis is Giannis, and I think if you just want to compare player to player, no one is as good as Giannis on the Wolves.
Agreed.
But as a team, I think that the Wolves have more weapons than the Bucks, in my opinion. So it's going to be a test. I wouldn't say Milwaukee's a hostile environment. But
they're 5-0 as well. They haven't lost.
Are they the only two? Are we the only two teams that are undefeated?
I think so. Actually, we're 6-0. They're 5-0. The Pistons are 4-0. Dwayne Casey's Detroit Pistons. But I mean, look at the teams they faced.
Blake Griffin. His Pistons.
Oh yeah, he's been incredible. And the Pelicans are 4-0. See, guys, this is when we talk about preseason. Meaning Jack. They didn't win a game in preseason, and they haven't lost a game to start the year.
AD looks unbelievable.
He's amazing.
Anthony Davis.
He's incredible. He's always been incredible.
It's still a first-round team, though, in my opinion, because they're in the West.
And the Washington Wizards are 1-4. And your dark horse team coming into the year
was the Knicks.
1-5 to start the year.
Hey, you know what? It's just starting. It's just starting, right? They had some coaching issues. I don't know who their coach is. It's some guy with glasses.
I have no idea who it is.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna try and see if I can find a picture of him or something.
No, it has it on the info. You can see
other head
coaches. Oh no, I think that's just for hockey then.
Okay.
But again, it's only 6 games. Yeah. I have the Knicks making I didn't have the Pistons making it, but Hey, it's 6 games. We still have, what, 74
Oh, yeah.
more games to go?
It's a crazy amount.
If my math is correct.
Look, bottom line, the 76ers of 2-3 are 3.5 games back of the Raptors for first.
Well, they're tied with the Brooklyn Nets and the Orlando Magic.
That's what early in the season means.
You surprised about, I would say, Chicago, 1-4. I thought that they would have been doing a little better.
I did believe that they were going to be a bit better. I really thought that Zach LaVine and the youngsters were going to be good. Obviously, Chris Dunn is still hurt. Markkanen's still out.
Yeah.
And Bobby Portis, who does show
a
to
high
be a
draft
factor
pick
at some point, averaging over 10 a game. He's been injured as well. So their health issues have not been great. But then you look at some of their younger players, and where's their high draft pick? There he is, Wendell Carter Jr. Hasn't really done a whole lot yet. Only averaged 6 points a game in 23 minutes of work.
Oh, they have...
But it's so early on. Yeah, they have Jabari Parker, who has really done well there.
Yeah, he
averaging 15 a game.
He's from Chicago native. Okay,
let's go back to the Raptors.
Yeah, let's cut the bull crap. Kawhi Leonard with this team, unbelievable.
I'm sorry, can we go back a couple of games here to the no-look steal? Do you see that?
The no-look steal. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
You saw that?
Yeah, I did.
And
it was crazy.
And then the question I have for you: would DeMar DeRozan do that?
Mind you, he hasn't looked bad on the Spurs.
That's not what I asked.
But no,
exactly.
And that's the gap between DeRozan. He's a top 15 player in the league, DeMar DeRozan.
Okay, he's a top 15 scorer.
Oh, you could say player.
15-20.
Okay, fine. 15-20. Kawhi, player and scorer, top 5.
No, for sure.
And I think it's showing this right now.
Look, watching him take over that T-Wolves game and get 35 and look like everything was money.
And he's the type of player to take over a game. He can flip on a switch anytime and be like, you know what? I'm taking over this game. And I don't think DeRozan could do that.
No, and we saw it on countless occasions.
In the playoffs,
right.
Especially. Yeah.
Now, we haven't seen Kawhi in the playoffs, obviously, but knowing what he is. And something that I saw in the last game that really shows me the way Kawhi Leonard plays the game. Now, I don't know if most people saw this, but they were talking about it on the broadcast when it happened. Kawhi Leonard got fouled hard.
What game is this?
Last game.
Oh, last game. Against the Mavs.
Yeah. He got fouled hard, but yet there was no call. And we're all like...
Who fouled him?
I don't know.
Doesn't really matter.
I don't really know. It's on the Mavs, so it wouldn't be a superstar thing. Because Dirk's out, so he's not...
Dirk's out, maybe Jordan?
Right, but you would pick Kawhi over him, right, in a sense of superstar tandem.
True. But they know that he doesn't fight. Yeah.
And it was like a 3-point shot, and he was fouled. But it wasn't called. No. And they came back down the floor. Now, most players, as we've seen in the past, DeMar DeRozan gets a little heated at non-calls. But Kawhi Leonard gets up, gets back in the play, and then the Raptors get the stop. They rifle it down the court to him. He's standing right beyond the 3-point line, and he drains the 3. He does not let anything dwell at all. Does he get angry in the moment? Yes, but he moves on, and he doesn't let his play get hindered.
He gets angry, but he doesn't show it, like DeRozan, or like 95% of the players in this league.
Yeah, really. It's so true. I mean...
He's a one-of-a-kind type of player, and we need this. We needed a face of the franchise. DeRozan, he was, but he wasn't as good as Kawhi, obviously.
Look, I said something in the last video, and I didn't get any hate. I was actually getting people agreeing with me. Kawhi Leonard is the best player in Raptors franchise history.
As of now, yeah, he is. I don't know if he can keep this up. It looks like he will, but in the past 6 games, yeah, he is, because he's just been taking over. He hasn't struggled at all. You could possibly see him struggle at a point, which that could mean, trouble, but that's with any player. He is looked at as the Raptors franchise savior.
Yeah.
If he does not re-sign with this team, we have to go on a rebuild.
Agreed.
I'm sorry, but that's a huge.
I don't want to be a team that's getting in the 8-7 seed and get crushed in the first round all the time. I don't want that.
You don't want to be the Washington Wizards, Indiana Pacers.
They're terrible this year, the Wizards, so far. I mean, it's early, obviously.
Yeah, but let's get into that later. But with Kawhi Leonard, it looks like he's embracing the fact that he can be the Raptors' key franchise player in history. I
mean, it's not only, the offensive prowess, which we have clearly seen.
It's the defense.
It's the defense. Yeah. It's the ability. Like, I continuously see, Raptors miss a shot, and I'm usually like, oh, damn. But I'm seeing Kawhi Leonard under the basket, grabbing the offensive glass and putting
from his own shot sometimes.
Yeah. And I'm like, he's playing hard every single game.
Yeah. And
he's putting his heart on the court at all times.
And I was questioning, and probably you were too, and most fans in the playoffs, was DeRozan, even Lowry, even the whole team, were they giving it 100% in the playoffs against Cleveland? I don't believe so.
They didn't look. They looked like, oh, we're playing Cleveland again, and we're just gonna get crushed again. That's probably what the feeling was.
Well, no, the feeling was going into the game, they were probably all hyped up, but then when the first quarter happened and they were down by 10, just give up.
Yeah, like, that's what it felt like all the time.
You don't do that. You don't do that. So with Kawhi, it's. I mean, as a Raptors franchise guy, he doesn't really have much competition. What, you have Chris Bosh, Vince Carter, DeRozan, not too big. I don't think any of those guys are necessarily Hall of Famers. You can maybe say Vince Carter, maybe, but not first ballot.
No, and yeah, would you say Bosh?
No, not Bosh.
I wouldn't say so either.
Not Bosh, and I wouldn't even say DeRozan.
No.
So he doesn't really have much competition, but that fact being said, it doesn't matter.
The fact that he's an absolute star of a player. The Raptors have never had a top caliber player.
Never. In their 25-year history. Is it 25?
I think it's over 25 now. It's like 20.
Because they were 95, so yeah, just do the math there. Almost 25. So you can arguably say that we haven't had that, which I don't think we have.
And I think with the addition of Kawhi Leonard, no one's talking about Danny Green. And this guy, I mean, he's incredible.
Yeah, he's underrated.
The defense, this guy, and when his shot's not falling, it doesn't faze him one bit. He comes back on the defensive end and just grinds hard and does it there too. Yeah. And then when like last night, his shot was falling and he was playing defense. I mean, Mike, we all talked about Kawhi Leonard. We never talked about Danny Green barely at all.
Well, obviously not, because
you acquired Kawhi Leonard, right? Exactly.
And I think that's Greg Popovich coaching these guys for so many years. Defensive prowl in their head. You have to play the floor. A 200-foot game. I'm sorry. If you miss a shot, get back on the defense and prove yourself worthy, right?
Danny Green had 15 points, 8 rebounds on 4 of 8 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3, a steal, and a block in yesterday's game. And he is averaging this year 11.2 points a game. He's shooting 44% from 44% from the field, 45% from 3. And where is this? He's averaging a steal a game and 1.2 blocks a game.
He's looked great. The whole team, the bench mob has looked great. Kawhi's looked amazing. Danny Green has looked underrated.
Kyle Lowry has resurged himself.
Yeah.
He's had 4 straight double-doubles. He's averaging 19.8 points a game and 10.3 assists and almost 4 rebounds a game. He's shooting 52% from 3. He's shooting almost 58% from the field, 80% from the line. I don't know what's going on here with Lowry, but he's resurging himself.
But you expect this from Kyle Lowry.
Did we? We didn't know what to expect with Kyle.
I think we did, because Kyle Lowry's a fiery type of guy, and he wants to prove I don't need DeRozan to be on my team for me to be good. And he is the leader of this team.
Right.
I don't care how good Kawhi is. Kawhi is not known as a big leader.
He's the on-court.
He's the on-court presence, and yeah, exactly. Yeah. But on the bench, it's Kyle Lowry motivating the guys. It's Kyle Lowry giving out the plays, riding the plays through Lowry, right? So,
and like we were just talking about guys having full court games and offense and defense.
Yeah.
Kawhi only had 21 points, shot 7 of 16, which is only 43%. Not great.
No.
But he had 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals and a block.
So this is Lowry?
No, this is Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, Kawhi Leonard. Yeah.
I mean, he's doing so many other things to help.
Because he wants to prove that he's worth a max deal. And right now, yes, you are worth a max deal.
Hey, Masai, hello. Every game that goes by, I continue to think to myself, just can you kind of slowly slide a contract to Kawhi Leonard and be like, hey, man.
That's my question to you. Now, most players don't want to do this during this season, mid-season. Could you be seeing this after the playoffs, obviously, or before the playoffs? Not the regular season. I think after the playoffs. That's just my opinion.
It's interesting. See, it's so hard to tell because we don't know how Kawhi Leonard thinks. We don't know how this organization thinks. We don't know how the players think.
Maybe
my thought process towards it is think about it this way. Kawhi Leonard is trying his hardest for this team, right? Yeah. But if he's leaving next year, in his mind, what's the point? In a sense, he's going to play his heart out and do what he can. But oh well, it doesn't matter.
Because right now,
but if he wants to try and win with this team. You get that contract. Not only will he feel secure, like, all right, let's get this thing going, the teammates will. We all fans will feel better about it.
Now, do you think the team would lose a little bit more heart? Because I would think that they'd be trying a little bit more harder because they don't know if they'll ever get back to the spot they're in, because we don't know if Kawhi's... Listen, if Kawhi signs a contract tomorrow, the team might ease off a little bit and be like, yo, you know what? We have Kawhi for the next 5 years, let's just say. We can kind of take it easy. And I think that might happen. I don't know if it will.
I don't know.
But I don't think that would be the best option. I think that you should go into the season, play it out, possibly win a championship. If you do or don't, worry about the contract after you either win the championship, like I said, or you don't. Because I don't want that to get in the way of... Because they're playing so good right now, you just don't want to negotiate any contract because it's a big thing. It's a big deal.
The thing about negotiating a contract, especially with a guy like Kawhi Leonard, you think about it, right? You're not going to be changing dollar amounts. He's getting a max deal, period. If he plays like the way he is now and he can stay healthy the entire season, he's getting a max deal, period.
It's just the market.
And the fact, I think you won't. I don't think it'll sidetrack anything, because if Masai's like, hey, Kawhi, here's a max contract. You want it now or what? And if he's like, no, I think I'm going to wait, then you won't see another contract for a little while.
No, of course not.
Right?
You're not going to get bigger than a max
You're
deal.
not going to see negotiating like William Nylander, like Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner right now. You won't see that.
No, because if he wants to stay in this market, he'll sign. But if he wants to leave, even if the Raptors give him a max deal, if he doesn't want to be in this market, which we don't know if he does or not. We still don't. It's only 6 games, and yes, we are 6-0. He's looking like he likes it here, but we don't know. Because Kawhi's the best at doing this, not showing any emotion, not giving anybody anything to say about him or if he likes the city or not.
Yeah.
So we can say, oh yeah, he loves the city. We're 6-0. We don't know if he does or not.
No, we really don't.
So,
and I don't know where he would go to. I mean, we're not going to speculate that now.
No.
But
we'll speculate when it happens.
6-0 to start the year. It's pretty darn good.
It looks pretty good to me.
You beat Boston at home, and I think, I don't know if we talked about it in the last podcast. When did we do the last podcast?
This was before the Boston game. So yeah.
Okay, so perfect. This is great. This is exactly what I wanted to get into then. Something different that I feel between this year and last year. Okay. Last season, when the Raptors were facing the garbage teams, if I'm not mistaken, the record with teams under 500 or out of the playoffs or one of those two numbers, they lost 2 games. That's great. You're beating the teams you got to beat.
Yeah.
But with the teams under 500 or above the 500 mark, or in the playoffs,
teams, yeah.
The Raptors were hovering the 500 mark or just barely over.
So
that's not what you want to do.
No, especially when you're going to be facing those teams in the playoffs potentially. So they beat the teams. Now that's the complete opposite with the Leafs.
For sure. The Leafs, so that they go down to the level of their opponents, really.
Yeah.
But ideally, that's the great thing about hockey, though. Right? The Leafs lose they face these tough teams, and and then they play Winnipeg in Winnipeg, and they win 4-2. Right? Yeah. It happens. It's a game of hockey. It's great. But the thing I wanted to say, last year, when this team did beat those good teams, the Bostons, the Clevelands, they crushed them.
Yeah. Well, there was times
in those tight games. Yeah. How many of them did the Raptors lose? In the 2 minutes where it's a 5-point game, how many times did the Raptors actually win those games? Not often.
Not too many, especially in the playoffs, too.
Look at that Boston game. It's a 5-point game, 3-point game with like 3 or 4 minutes to go, and then out of nowhere, the Raptors just resurge and
like you said,
they go on a 10-0 run to end the game.
Like I said before, they just turn on the switch saying, "This, you know what? This game is done. It's over. We're gonna go on a 10-0 run or an 8-0 run, whatever."
Same with the Washington Wizards game. We're watching it here, at your place here, and they were cutting it. Raptors had a great time at the end of the third quarter, up by 10, 12 points. We're like, "This is fantastic," and then out of nowhere, Washington comes in hot and gets a ton, and we're only up by 2 or 3 with 8 minutes left. But the Raptors, they weather the storm and they beat them plus 10, I think it was.
Yeah.
It's being able to contain them and make them that punch when you need to. Yeah. And we've seen that.
And last year, I don't think that would have happened. I don't think that if we would have faced the Washington Wizards and they would go on a 10-0 run with 5 minutes left in the game, I don't think we would have came back. Yeah.
It would crumble. You look at yesterday even. The Raptors were up by a ton, and then they get an 8-0 run. It's a 5-point game in the third quarter. We're like, what the heck is going on here? We don't have a bench to work with. We're like, what do we do? And then Lorenzo Brown comes out there, gets you a couple steals, scores 9 points, ends the drought. Then the Raptors get back in the groove, and they win the game. Lorenzo Brown out of all people.
Well, the G League MVP.
Your 4th string point guard.
No, it's looked great. The depth has looked great. Okay, but the injury front. Let's just quickly get into that. Fred VanVleet, obviously,
the toe injury.
The toe injury.
I mean, he was shooting yesterday before the game and everything, so I'm not sure.
He didn't play yesterday.
No, he didn't. He shot before the game and everything, so I'm hoping he'll be good to go on Monday against Milwaukee. DeLon Wright re-aggravated his injury in the last game that he played. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think it was the T-Wolves game. So I don't know what his deal is.
Are you concerned what we gave the Mavs? We gave up over 100 points to the Mavs.
No. You're shorthanded. You don't have Fred VanVleet. You don't have DeLon Wright.
They don't really have offensive weapons, though. That's the thing.
Luka Doncic is something special.
Other than him.
Look, with that team, they shoot a ton of threes. Yeah. They were averaging over 45% of their shots.
I think they still have Wesley Matthews, Luka Doncic, obviously.
Yeah, Doncic is something else. I'm going to try and see if I can find stats for the team and see where they rank in 3 points. 3-point field goals. They're tied for 5th with 13, but their field goal percentage is 24th. They look like the Raptors last year. JJ Barea, this guy's been good. Jalen Brunson, he was great last night. I mean, look, how did he do there? He only had the 8 points. I just thought he looked good out there.
Pretty good, eh?
Luka Doncic, I mean, that guy, he's incredible, right? Wesley Matthews just shoots a 3 like ridiculous. He's one of the guys that I would see. I know his numbers don't suggest it, but having a higher 3-point percentage than his field goal percentage.
Yeah, because he's a sharpshooter.
Yeah. I mean, he had 21 points. He's a good player. They have Dennis Smith Jr. He didn't play last night.
No.
Harrison Barnes is still a good player. This guy, is it Clay? Kleba, I think they called him. But this guy's he's a nut job. How many blocks a game does this guy? Almost 2 blocks a game. This guy's a freak show out there. Oh. I don't know.
Well, the offensive prowess of this team,
and they have DeAndre Jordan.
Well, he's not really offensive prowess, DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah,
he just
he's
blocks.
averaging 18 points a game this year, I think, and he had what?
22 points.
He had 15 yesterday, and he's averaging 16 and almost 14.
So obviously with the bench mob being injured, because
I don't look at this game too much as
I don't either,
because you're facing a down. Look, in my eyes, this was a trap game because you have Philly and Milwaukee on back-to-back coming up Monday, Tuesday. We're all looking towards that. You still got a game to play.
Yeah.
So in my eyes, that was a trap game in a sense.
Yeah. And a trap game as in like the old Raptors, I think that would have kind of brushed this game up because the Mavs aren't a playoff team this year.
No.
So they would have brushed it off, and then that's when you lose games. You should. You can't look too far ahead in the schedule.
Yeah, and that's what I was really scared coming into this game for that reason. Yeah. But they were able to come away with the victory, keep the 6-0 record, keep the perfect record going, have over 110 points.
Perfect record.
It's crazy.
And these last 3 seasons for the Raptors have been really good record-wise, so that's a pretty good feat.
And the best start in franchise history.
Yeah.
6-0. Now, that can change very quick. Look, teams are going to hit. See, the reason why I don't know if this team will slow down, every game it's somebody different. Norman Powell has shown at times in this season that he's been pretty good.
Yeah. Well, the next 2 games are against tough opponents. So, are we playing? So we're playing in Milwaukee and in Philly,
and then at home for Philly.
Okay, so and Philly's struggled.
They have struggled early
but
on.
they're still Philadelphia.
Exactly. That's why I'm not trying to look past them at all. I can't do that.
No.
And then after that, you have a few days off before you head to Phoenix, which is always a weird place to play for the Raptors. And then you face LeBron in L.A.
LeBron toe?
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. Then you got Utah in Utah, then in Sacramento. Wow, long road trip for the Raptors coming up at some point.
Long road trip.
But, hey, I'm liking what we're seeing early on here. They're looking great. You said you wanted to talk around the league a little bit, though.
Yeah, actually, I think a question that was sent had to do with something about Jimmy Butler, so let's save that for the question.
Yeah, well, do you want to touch on the Wizards before we wrap this up?
Yeah, a 1-4 start. It was a close game. This was last Saturday when you were over.
Yeah.
You could see them coming back, but I feel like the Wizards' locker room was already toxic, and then you added Dwight Howard.
He's ideally not playing.
Doesn't matter. He's still in the locker room.
Right.
So I don't think they're always looked at as a scrappy team. And I don't know. I think that they're just trying to hold on to players. Listen, when they're gelling, they're an extremely good team.
You saw in the playoffs last year with John Wall.
I don't know if they're gelling. And I don't think with Dwight Howard that they're really they are gonna contend, but I don't know. It's only 5 games though.
Yeah, it's only 5 games, and they could win a couple games and then be in a playoff
I think that
spot,
they're still going to be in the playoffs.
Oh, I think so, too.
I think the Atlanta Hawks are going to be out.
Yeah, I don't know how. Well,
Trae Young.
They're 2-2.
What do you think of him? Because we kind of ripped on the Hawks for trading away Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Trae Young has looked pretty good.
I'm going to look at him. I'm going to try to find
Last game, I think he had over 30 points.
He had 35. Then he only had 17 against Dallas.
Only 17 for rookie. That's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. What is he averaging this year? 21.5. Field goal percentage of 41, 3-point of 38%.
So maybe it was the right move. Trae Young, great player. And
did they get a pick too?
Yeah, I think they got the Mavs first for next year.
Wow. So that's not
and
bad.
And they moved up too. So the Mavs had the 5th overall pick and they moved up 2 spots.
That's not bad.
Or no, wait, they didn't move up spots. They just traded for Luka Doncic. So the Hawks drafted Doncic, and then they traded him to the Hawks for Trae Young in a first.
Right. Which, in hindsight, doesn't look that terrible if you're a Hawks fan right now. It really doesn't. No. But also, are you shocked about the Pelicans going 4-0 to start the year? We talked about that in the preview there.
No, I'm not. Okay, 4-0, yes, but I'm not shocked that they're in a playoff spot.
They played Houston in Houston to start the year, and they crushed them by almost 20. They scored 149 points against Sacramento. They beat the Clippers, and they beat Brooklyn.
Listen, as long as AD is still on this team, Anthony Davis, they're going to be in contention for a playoff spot. Now, these are one of the teams, though, similar to the Pacers in the East, that they're a first-round team. It's maybe second round.
Yeah.
It was kind of, no offense, last year it was kind of a fluke that they swept Portland, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one bit.
I didn't really expect them to win the series, let alone sweep them.
Yeah.
So they're just a first-round team in the West. It doesn't really... It kind of matters who they face, but even if they face LeBron in the first round, I still have LeBron winning over the Pelicans.
Oh, I do. LeBron...
It just sucks because Anthony Davis, he's a loyal guy. He's committed to the Pelicans, but listen, you're in the West.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
So, do you want to move to the ice here?
Yeah.
I mean, we've done 25 minutes pretty much.
Let's move to the ice in the Toronto Maple Leafs. Squeaking out. Well, I shouldn't say squeaking out, but overpowering the Jets.
Except for the third period where they got
Saturday.
22 shots in the third period.
Well, the shots were still pretty even, though.
Yeah, agreed. But the Leafs, I think, were up by 10 in shots at that.
Okay, so let's just step it back because we did this podcast last Saturday, so we were facing the St. Louis Blues, and that was a
gong show. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was. Me and you were over there watching it, and we just shut it off. What was it, second period?
Yeah, it was not fun to watch whatsoever. And I think the couple days off were going to be good for the Leafs, so then they can get rejuvenated, they can get their feet moving again, and they really did.
Man, Kasperi Kapanen, though, that goal.
Man, that was a snipe.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, I think Hellebuck was way deep in his net, but...
And ideally,
wow,
he was in the slot, too.
Yeah,
but,
and with a guy like that, you don't want to.
And I think Jacob Morrissey was kind of screening Hellebuck.
Who? Josh Morrissey
Jacob
Trouba?
Josh Morrissey, excuse me. Josh Morrissey.
Jacob
Morrissey, sorry. Right. Morrissey, though, he was screening the goaltender pretty hard. But it doesn't matter. He scored a beautiful goal, and that is his 5th on the season. He has, I think, in 10 games,
9 points, 5 goals, 4 assists. It's incredible.
That's crazy to me.
Willie who? No, I'm kidding.
No. And shout out to Tyler Ennis with his first goal as a Leaf, assisted by Josh Levo.
And Tyler Ennis tonight will be playing in his 500th career game, as well as Jake Gardner playing in his 500th career NHL game tonight.
Shout outs to them both. Both great players.
And Kadri gets off the schneid for his first goal of the year. Connor Brown and Nikita Zaitsev grab assists. So no big line there. Except for Kapanen.
So about Kadri, do you think he's mad that he's playing with Par Lindholm and Connor Brown?
I think he wants to win.
But you see his frustration on his face.
Right, but he's getting all the chances though. Right? How many posts has he hit? How many great opportunities has he had?
If he was with Patrick Marleau, if he was with these players, he would be getting assists or even scoring more.
He might be with one of those guys once William Nylander comes back.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, but right now I think he's frustrated. But I wouldn't be surprised if he scores another tonight.
The one thing that scared me though about this team is those early third period stuff. Leafs were up 3-0 after 2 periods, which you want to see. Within the first 6.5 minutes of the third period, it was a 3-2 game.
But it is the Winnipeg Jets, and they're an unbelievable team. Listen, I can see if it was against the Detroit Red Wings. Okay, what are you doing?
Yeah,
but
you can't expect. You cannot put things. You're not gonna. You can't sit back against the Winnipeg Jets. But then the Leafs come back.
Not necessarily we sat back. Sorry to interrupt, but they're just a phenomenal team in Winnipeg too.
Yeah,
with crazy fans, and like you said, JT getting his 7th on the year, assisted by Marner. Man, Mitch Marner.
Oh, what a dangle! See a big buff.
Really, that had to be the
And
easiest.
Par Lindholm.
That had to be the easiest goal that John Tavares scored in his career.
Yeah,
Mitch Marner did all the work.
Wide open net, and it's right in the blue paint already. He just had to like swipe it in. Beautiful.
Could anybody on the New York Islanders do that to John Tavares? Like help him?
Not really.
Maybe Barzal.
Maybe Matthew Barzal, but we have about 4 Barzals
So how?
on the team here.
Wait, oh yeah, true. So how many points does Per Lindholm have? Just check that out quickly. Because shout out to him. He was trying to go short side on a goal.
He's got 3 points in 10 games, and he's a +2.
Oh, shout out to Per Lindholm.
14 block shots.
Sorry, Per.
It's par for me, okay?
It's Per.
Okay, whatever you feel. But shout out to Frederik Andersen, guys. I mean, 2 goals on 40 shots. His numbers have come down nice, 2.66 and a 916. Look, everyone talking about October being his garbage month.
See you later, October.
He has not been he's not been bad.
He's been pretty good. Again, there's a couple stinkers, but with this team can score much at will. Yeah. There you go. Right? So it's a home and home.
Yep.
It's a home and home, so we cannot take another day off, if you will, especially against this great team. Because I think that Winnipeg's going to come out with fire.
Oh, they probably will.
They will. You're going to be watching it tonight.
Yeah, we're going to be watching it here. I mean, Freddie Andersen is confirmed in net. Hellebuck, assuming Hellebuck and Andersen are.
Who's their backup, actually? Is it Steve Mason?
No, I don't think he's there anymore, is he?
No.
Is it Hutchison?
Yeah, it's probably Hutchison.
Wow.
Well, that's
Laurent Brossoit.
Oh,
former Edmonton Oiler.
Brossoit. Because remember, this was, I think, in it was a hockey
His
ultimate
number in
team.
3 games.
Doesn't matter. Listen, it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying 3 games is pretty.
I remember we had him in GM modes in hockey ultimate teams. That was a 67 overall goaltender right there on the Oilers.
Wow.
Brossoit.
Where the times change for Laurent Brossoit.
That's a huge drop off. That's like a 30 overall difference.
Anyways. Freddie Andersen and Connor Hellebuck, the expected starters here today. Now, let's get into the William Nylander's discussions.
Like I've said every single time on this podcast, or to you, or to all my friends, I am so sick of talking about this.
So am I. I'm tired. I'm so sick and tired at the end of every podcast. Well, next time, hopefully we'll be talking about some William Nylander talk.
Let's jinx it. There'll never be a William Nylander talk. They will never get a deal done.
All right, so anyways, did you hear about Patrick Laine's comments towards Kasperi Kapanen?
Well, let's just get into William Nylander and we'll talk about that.
Oh, my God. So we're actually going to talk about it.
Well, let's talk about the news. So obviously no deal has been done in Switzerland. He's come back, Kyle Dubas. They're working on a bridge deal now.
Yeah, well, apparently, I heard so many different reports. I heard Nylander's, they're talking about a $6.5 to $7 million range over 6 years.
I saw 5 or 6 years.
Look, I'm okay with it.
Same. As long as it's not over 7, maybe, yeah. As long as it's not over 7, I'm fine.
Right.
7 is the max. Yeah. I'm sorry. Maybe 7.5 if you can. Definitely not 8.
No 8 for me.
No.
I mean, he might deserve it at some point, but not right now, and this team can't afford that.
And I think the trade talks have slowed down a lot.
The trade ones, yeah. Now that we've heard that there are contract talks, everyone's like, all right.
It's going to happen. Okay, so anyways, back to the Kasperi Kapanen con. So that's it for William Nylander.
This is a quote from Kasperi Kapanen.
So this is who? The Lane Watch?
Yeah. I'm just doing it, yeah. He told me to go get a haircut last game. But I think with his style last year, with his this is me talking, with his greasy looking beard, he looked very weird.
Well, it was blonde.
But not even that. It wasn't even clean. It was like all over the place. Yeah. But I think with his style last year, he's the last guy to go tell me to tell anyone to cut off their hair on any part of their body.
See, I love Patrick Laine. I love his attitude. I
don't. He's a cocky. He's so cocky. He's having a terrible start to his year.
Well,
3 goals.
I love what he said about, was it Vancouver playing games
on the Fortnite thing was kind of funny.
Yeah, the Fortnite thing was funny, but I think Patrick Laine just doesn't care. But these comments I'm saying, I think Phil Kessel and Patrick Laine have probably the worst style in the NHL.
Yeah.
I love Kasperi Kapanen's flow. I love it.
Look, Patrick Laine has been pointless in 4 straight games. He has 5 points in 11 games. He's got 3 goals.
Now, obviously, he's going to be coming back to...
but it's the hardcore struggle, man.
Well, it's a hardcore struggle, and he's saying this, obviously jokingly, right? Because you chirp during games.
Yeah, of course.
But if I'm Patrick Laine and I'm if I'm Patrick Laine, I will not be talking to Kasperi Kapanen, who Kapanen over Laine any day. I'm joking. But
why not? Yeah. We have the better finish player.
Per Lindholm almost has as many points as you, Patrick Laine.
Holy smokes, he actually... What about Ron Hainsey? Does he have as many points as...
He didn't play last game. I didn't realize that. I don't think he played.
He did.
I don't think so. I didn't see him out there.
Played 18
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, he did play. So what was I saying?
I don't know what you were saying.
I didn't see him out there, though.
But Ron Hainsey has 4 points, one less point than Patrick Laine.
So are you saying Hainsey over Laine?
Yeah. Why not? Give me some Ron.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, and plus you got a defenseman versus a winger. Defensemen are always
Jay
more
Gardner
valuable.
has more than...
Well, that you expect that.
Well, over Laine?
Ah,
You don't really expect that.
but you would maybe think, not Ron Hainsey.
Well, I guess you would. Okay, Kadri, the way his season has started, he has the same points as Patrick Laine. Period. That's it. And with one less
But
game
Patrick
played.
Laine is going to come back to form, and he's going to get... I still have him winning... what's the goal scoring race? The Rock Richard this year.
You don't think Ovechkin's going to win it?
I don't think so. I think Laine is going to go on an unbelievable...
I don't think
I don't-
so. I'm going to see the goal leaders right now, actually. Austin Matthews still leading the way with 10. Then Pasternak, Kane.
Quickly
Ovechkin's
going to
got
that.
8.
Austin Matthews, haven't heard much of him in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing? Or well, it doesn't matter because we're winning.
He's been pointless in 3 straight games. He still has, 13 shots.
-1, though. Mind you, that doesn't count on the power play. It's
Right.
That's just even, which I
Right.
didn't know until...
Well, we do also have to realize that before this game against Winnipeg, like the last one against Winnipeg, the goal scoring had shriveled up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
We only scored, what was it, 2... Yeah, it was 1 goal.
we lost 4-1. Yeah, 1 goal in 2 games.
Yeah. So
it did shrivel up a little
and
bit.
you expect Matthews to slow down at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But they were able to get the job done on Wednesday against Winnipeg, and I've loved the looks of Kasperi Kapanen. He just added that. Like he's not a guy who's. I mean, he
looks great out there.
He'll get physical too.
He'll get physical. He can stick lift. He can poke check. He's so speedy.
And was it Garrett Sparks that said that he's one of the fastest guys out there? I forgot who it was that somebody said that.
Yeah, that was Garrett Sparks. I mean, mind you, it is Garrett Sparks saying
Right,
this,
but
and it is a former teammate.
I mean, he is really quick. I've noticed
he
his
is
acceleration, the way he goes from 0 to like whatever, and he goes quick.
he's definitely top 5 in the league.
When it comes to speed, I think so.
Obviously, you have McDavid, who's faster. Maybe you can even say Crosby. Maybe Larkin's up there too. But yeah, Kasperi Kapanen is
He's a
quite
really quick player, and I've loved what I've seen from him early
is quite fast, right? Quickly going to Rasmus Sandin scoring his first goal in his first game.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, the Marlies have struggled over the past, 8 games they played now?
Well, they were like 1-4 to start. They're now 4-4. So if you want to,
really?
Yeah, they had a really ridiculously horrific start. But
Trevor Morris looked great.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? Just an update though. Sandin didn't play those first 7 games, I guess, of the season.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
So
first
one
goal
goal,
in his
one
first game.
Right. Well, speaking of, actually, you know what? Let's get into that later. But yeah, I didn't really see any. I just saw the goal because I don't even think they have Marley game on TV. Maybe on Leafs TV.
Maybe.
Or you can stream it or something.
Yeah,
I didn't
something
even
like that.
watch the game, but we are facing. Don't even know who we were facing
Rasmus Sandin scored a goal. Period.
in his first game.
That's enough for me.
Sandin over Laine. Or no, we have the best Rasmus in the league.
Yeah. Forget you, Dolan.
And forget you. I think there's another Rasmus too.
Ristolainen.
Yeah.
There you go. Both on Buffalo.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even realize that.
I didn't realize that either.
Oh my goodness! And actually, a really crazy stat
shout out
that
to
I heard.
Buffalo.
Like, no. Why are you shouting out Buffalo?
Hey man, they're 6-3. I have Jeff Skinner
Are
on
they
my
really?
fantasy. Yeah, they are. They are.
The Buffalo.
Jeff Skinner has looked amazing.
Oh my! The Buffalo
Yeah.
Sabres are 6-3.
This is the first time they're over 500, and I
They're
think
6-4.
Oh, that's pretty good though.
It's not bad for the Buffalo Sabres.
He played 10 games.
Montreal's 5-2-2. Tampa's 7-1-1. Wow. I mean, you
Well-
expect them to be good, right?
Quickly, but the Ottawa Senators, you are obviously we're impressed. Thomas Chabot, though, shout out to him. He has looked great.
So he's looked incredible.
Let's go to his stats there
Okay.
quickly. As a defenseman,
Yeah.
drafted I think 18th or 15th overall.
It was something in the mid.
a couple years ago. With this team obviously being in shambles, Ottawa Senators, man, they have looked
11 points in 9 games.
as a defenseman.
Wow.
Wow.
3 goals, 8 assists.
He scored last night, I think, too. Or no, what was it, the night before? I know he scored quite recent ago.
Duchesne had 2.
Duchesne
had 2 in his return to Colorado. That's interesting.
Who won that trade? Well, still Colorado, but
Well, yeah, of
well,
course.
it doesn't. Technically, we don't know until what place Ottawa finishes this year.
That's true.
They could be a mid-tier team
Yeah.
at this point.
Something I wanted to get to for the Leafs, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. With that win against Winnipeg, The Leafs are now 5-0 on the road. They haven't lost.
Yeah, that's shocking.
They have not lost on the road, and that tells me they're 2-3 at home.
I wouldn't really look too much into it.
No, it's just a very interesting stat that I didn't.
It is an interesting stat. I can't really see why they would be losing at home. Well, but why do that?
Because fantasy.
Why? Who's on? It's Washington versus Calgary.
Yeah, I got 2 Washington. The guy I'm facing has 2 guys on Calgary. So come on. All right.
Well, no one's scoring on Calgary.
No, the Caps are on the power play. Let's go.
Oh wait, who scored on the Oilers?
McDavid. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. McDavid's gonna get about 8 points in this game.
And we got Leon Draisaitl too.
There you go.
But yeah, that is a very interesting stat. I wouldn't look too much into it. No. Hopefully we won't be 3-3 at home tonight.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we will be 3-3.
No, hopefully we'll be 4-2. Because we're 3-2 now. So why would you want
2-3?
We're
perfect on the road.
I thought you said 3-2.
We're perfect on the road, and we have 3 losses total.
Right. Oh, so
we're 7-3.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. I thought you said 3-2. Yeah. Right. So hopefully we are 3-3. Yeah, we're under 500 on.
That's why I was shocked when I heard that. I was like, I was very shocked about that. But whatever.
Especially against the Jets, another tough team, and we cannot take off the gas pedal. So let's get into it. The Tom Wilson suspension.
Yeah. Upheld by Gary Bettman.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just get into it because I don't even think we talked about this yet. Tom Wilson suspended 20 games for his hit on, I think it was Oscar Sundqvist.
Yes, on the Blues.
Was this in preseason?
I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was too. It was a vicious hit. Tom Wilson is obviously known for doing these types of things. Are you, being a Washington Capitals fan...
In the final preseason game.
Being a Washington Capitals fan like yourself, 20 games too much or too little for Tom Wilson? Let's just start it there.
Look, is he a repeat offender? Yes.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help his case.
Correct.
Was it a hit to the head? Yeah. Yeah, it was. So that's another bad thing for him. But the problem I have with some players, and I know some guys are small, and I get it. Like a Matthew Barzal, who got leveled today by Ivan Provorov. I saw it. It was crazy. But...
Leveled as in dirty or clean?
No, it was a clean hit.
Okay.
But a lot of these players that are small, and I'm not saying like a Mitch Marner or something, like Sundqvist and Barzal, they're staying so low to the ground, and their head is down.
That doesn't mean you have to go for the head, though.
But what else are you going to hit?
Don't hit.
Don't hit him?
No.
You just let him go?
Don't go. No. Okay. Hit him. It doesn't matter how small you are. Listen, Oscar Sundqvist is probably, 6 foot? Even if he was 5'8", 5'9".
Look, they teach you in preschool hockey. Skate with your head up.
But that doesn't mean go for the head. Tom Wilson was going for the head.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could slow it down. They must have found something that they upheld it for some reason.
I could see if he was aiming for the shoulder or and then his head kind of slammed off Wilson's shoulder or his elbow or something. Okay, yeah, but this was intent to hurt. And it's Tom Wilson.
When there's guys who are small and cutting to the middle of the ice with their head down, that right there is a recipe, no matter who's coming at you, for a disaster.
I don't think he was cutting around the middle of the ice.
Yes, he was.
Was he?
How else did he get hit in the head?
Well, that doesn't make it like every hit to the head. You don't have to be cutting to the ice.
Think about it. I'm going to do some measurements here. You're skating down the ice and going straight down the ice. How is Tom Wilson going to come in hot and clobber you as much as he did? He's cutting to the middle of the ice, like on an angle, and Tom Wilson just crushes him.
No, but I'm saying that there's other reasons why it could be a hit to the head. He doesn't have to be cutting to the middle of the ice.
But he did, though. Okay. But he cut to the middle of the ice.
Okay, he did.
With his head down.
Okay, he did. But what is...
How did Scott Stevens knock a bunch of guys out?
But that was down. No, true, but that was then and this is now. What with Tom Wilson, I don't care if you're cutting to the middle of the ice. That gives you no right to hit somebody in the head. Yes, you have to.
Agreed.
Yes, you have to be a little bit weary, but you can't hit somebody in the head. I don't care if he's cutting to the middle of the ice. I don't care.
Okay, think about it this way. If it's anybody else other than Tom Wilson, are we talking 20 games? Or even 15 to 10 games?
There are other offenders out there, like Ryan Reeves would be a guy who...
Right, but I'm not saying like any player.
No. But he
20 games. That is a third of his season.
Good. I'm sorry. He has been convicted of so many of these, and Gary Bettman's tired of it, and I don't blame him for doing that. Yeah. Look at
if I'm not mistaken, he's appealing again, if I'm not mistaken, for the third time.
Really?
I'm not sure.
Well, look at Rafi Torres when he hit with and that was 42 games. I'm so happy because I would have thought that Gary Bettman would have dropped it 5 games. I'm so glad that he didn't drop it at all.
I think because he's trying to send a message like, we don't stand for this.
Good.
And we're not gonna sit back and just watch it happen and give little suspensions here. Is he losing the money too?
Yeah, he is.
That makes it it's
yeah. No, and I'm so happy because the league doesn't need this. I don't care what Scott Stevens did back in 1991.
I know. I'm just trying to, explain to you.
I get it.
It did happen with their head down, and when you skate to the middle of the ice with your head down, you are asking to get crushed.
You're asking to get crushed, but that doesn't mean potentially knocking a guy out for the entire year and having concussion symptoms.
It's
such a touchy subject.
It is. Of course it is. It's a very touchy subject when it comes to that. I get it, but look, having played hockey myself and seeing things and being taught to skate with your head up, the difference between skating with your head down and up, it makes you taller, and the way you're gonna get hit is totally different.
Okay, agreed.
If I'm not saying if Oscar Stenowitz didn't have his head down, if he would have been fine and there would have been no suspension. I don't know about that. Because that's only speculation and we can't go back in time and change it. But it might not have been as bad.
That's like saying, okay, no, I'm taking it to a completely different level, but same concept.
Right.
If you were jaywalking across the street, you're doing something illegal. And if a car hits you, it's their fault. Right? Technically, you're jaywalking. Technically, the guy can just go right through.
Agreed.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
Technically, what Oscar Sundqvist did, it wasn't illegal, but you're asking for it.
Agreed.
Tom Wilson should have let up.
I'm not saying that his suspension should have got cut because he had his head down. Because whether you skate with your head down or skate with your head up, there's no reason to hit somebody in the head the way he did. He clearly saw that his head was down. So that right there, I think, is a problem. Knowing that his head was down and then continued to truck right through him, that's a problem.
But there's other ways of there's other body checks. Don't go for the head. Go for the body check. I don't care if your head's down. Or maybe play the puck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's Tom Wilson. I'm so happy that Gary Bettman did not let up at all.
You know what?
It's about time.
This might actually knock some sense into him. Know that because he's trying to appeal constantly, and knowing that he's getting rejected every time. Maybe he might actually change something out of it.
He hit someone on Pittsburgh, Zachary Aston Reese. He broke his jaw. That was a dirty hit. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that there was someone else in the playoffs that he did that too. So 20 games, I think, is right. For Tom Wilson.
For what that was in his previous history?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. It's shocking.
As a semi Capitals fan as well, yeah. I do agree. Yeah. As much as I love Tom Wilson and the way he plays the game, I love the way he plays, and if the Leafs had him, I think we all would love him.
Oh, for sure.
But
there's no need for this.
There's no need for that type of stuff.
Especially in today's NHL where maybe
there's so much
25 years ago, 20 years ago, it was acceptable, but now, obviously, so much has changed around the league. Fans don't like these kind of hits anymore.
No.
Maybe back in 1990 they did. Well, I don't even think them. I think the game just changed so much that
it's more skill than physical anymore.
You barely see any tough guys anymore.
What happened to Colton Orr and Fraser McLaren? Remember those guys in the Leafs? Fraser McLaren.
George Peros.
Yeah. Well, he was getting old. Same with Colton Orr. But Fraser McLaren, at the time with the Leafs, he was 25. Where'd he go?
You don't see any... I think maybe there's a couple on fourth lines around the league.
Ryan Reeves.
But even Ryan Reeves can pot a couple... Like, I wouldn't consider Ryan Reeves an actual, like...
Enforcer?
No. I wouldn't say that. Because he can pot a couple... John Scott, perfect example. Colton Orr, like you said. Like, there's guys out there, Brashear, Donald Brashear.
Yeah.
George Peros. There's guys that are just specifically, that's their role. And so, right now, there's none of that.
No, and that's why when you see a hit like that from Tom Wilson, I think we're all more sensitive to it because we don't see it as often anymore.
Exactly, especially with the young crowd and young being, skill. And then, like, when a big hit happens, they're like, whoa, I didn't know this was a part of the game.
Yeah, that's a great... it's a great analogy right there. And that's exactly the way it goes.
Yeah. So just getting off that topic, is there anything else you want to go around the league, or I think we're pretty much good?
I think we're pretty good there. I think we're pretty good.
Okay. So with the Blue Jays, the managerial search is done.
Charlie Montoyo.
That's why I didn't want to say it in the open, because you told me his name before we recorded, and I completely forgot.
There you go.
No relation to the goalie.
Al Montoya?
No.
Yeah, a little bit different there. But no, Charlie Montoyo is the 13th manager in Jays history.
Cool.
And the story goes for him that he's been in the Rays organization for 18 years.
This is the bench coach.
Yes.
Okay.
And he set records with their AAA team for most wins in a season or whatever it was. He was. I'm intrigued. Apparently, he's a player's coach and he's more of an analytical coach, and that's where baseball's going now.
So, what did you see? No, okay. So he can't really make moves around the team because that's Atkins and Shapiro's job.
Yeah, his is John Gibbons' role.
Right.
Being the coach, making the bullpen changes, making the lineup cards, doing all that stuff.
What's the one thing you would want him to do much better than John Gibbons did?
Oh, boy.
Not stick with players that are on cold streaks like Joe B. Genie. Take players out.
I think, not putting them in high leverage situations is definitely
if they can't perform in high leverage situations.
Yeah, we saw B. Genie in one-run games, and we're like, what the hell's going on here? But I think something we want to see from Charlie Montoyo is the fact that I guess I don't know. It's very different because
it is because what do you say a new game plan?
I think I want to see him use the bullpen a little bit better than Gibbons did.
But
I think with Gibbons, he was very. I didn't like the way he managed the starters. I think he pulled them out way too late at times. Okay. And there were times he pulled them out too early. So I think it's just overall managing and playing the analytics and playing that stuff. Because A.J. Hinch, the Houston Astros coach, Alex Cora, the Red Sox coach, Aaron Boone, the Yankees coach, they're all analytically inclined coaches. That's what the new MLB system is. Guys who are analytically inclined and who are younger and who know the systems and all that. Look, he's 53 years old. Yeah, but he's an analytical coach. Like I said, he was a coach of the AAA team. He's been through the whole minor league system of the Rays. He knows how to work with young players.
Okay, so was this guy on the list that we said? I don't think so.
He was not. It was David Bell on the Giants. It was the guy on the Joe Espada on the Astros. Rocco Baldelli, the ex-player of the Rays. And there was one more. I don't even remember his name.
So this is a surprise for you.
In a sense, because we haven't really heard anything about him.
I guess just the experience is not really a surprise because he's spent 13 years with the 18 with the Rays.
With the Rays, yeah.
With the Rays.
I mean, that's
going back to the Devil Rays.
And put into perspective, I don't know if he's been 18 years with the Rays or in the organization with the Rays.
So
in the minor leagues as well,
team,
yeah. Because if he was at some point with Joe Madden, former Rays coach and now Cubs coach. That would be a very good thing to have. Kevin Cash has proved to me to be a very good...
Joe Madden was on the Rays, 3-4 years ago?
No, it was longer than that now. It was 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
When did the Cubs win the World Series or Cubs first playoff appearance in a while? 2015.
Listen, if he was there for 14 years, I'm pretty sure that he'd be working with Joe Madden.
I think it was 4 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago.
He would have started in the minors if he even did, and then he would be brought up.
So. I think at some point he was with Joe Madden, which is really good because Joe Madden is one of the best coaches in my eyes.
So
and Kevin Cash, the newest Rays manager. Look, that guy had no starters to work with last year. He had a lot of bullpen time to work with. Yeah. And that guy had 16, 17 games over 500. He did very well with that team last year to Kevin Cash, and he had nothing but praise for Charlie Montoyo here. So
I don't want to rate. I don't like grading these types of things.
It's so hard to now. I mean, we haven't even seen.
Are you happy with this?
Yeah, I mean, you got a guy who's had experience.
Obviously, a little surprised.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised. But the fact that he's had 18 years of experience, the fact that he's good with young players, the fact that he's analytically inclined, it's exactly what you're looking for in a coach.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, the fact that he's a little bit older at 53 years old, which isn't terrible. No. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of let him go and let him do his thing because really the Jays aren't going to be great next year. I don't think so. Really, what do we expect? So you can't really say, "Oh, this."
We expect Vladdy to hit 30 dingers.
That would be incredible.
That
would be incredible.
I'm joking.
But I don't know. I'm very intrigued. What he has in store for us moving forward here.
I mean, does he really have a lot to work with?
No.
So
but he's got a lot of younger players. Look, next year is going to be a lot of young guys for this team next year.
And we can't wait for that. But that's what, April? No, that's
February, March is spring training, but April for the most part is when season starts. But I don't know. It's going to be a really interesting offseason. Look, the coaching is done. We got our head coach.
Is there any free agents, upcoming free agents?
But we want to be a younger team, right?
Yeah.
So it's
no, but like from us though.
Fantasy, yep. Okay, sorry, I just got.
Oh no, okay. Who is it? You already just interrupted the Jays segment.
You're goddamn right. If Evgeny Kuznetsov scores a power play goal, no, it was not. But you know what? Wait.
So you're leading.
Oh come on, Francis scored a goal assisted by Kuznetsov. See, you gotta give me
no,
the
but
right
that's
thing.
2 points though, because an assist is 2.
I'll take it. I take the lead.
Okay, so go to fantasy now.
Okay, I'll do that right now, live on the podcast.
You're facing Eric Johnson.
Yeah. And we're having a tight game there, bud. We're having a really tight week here. But with that goal, yeah, there he is. 2 points for Kuzi. I love it. And look at that, the 103, 103 victory so far.
That's what you got to do.
Watch on Fancast. Get out of here. All right, but that's beautiful to see. Okay.
Yeah, so that's another W. No, well, it's next Monday. No, we switch every Sunday,
isn't it?
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Anyways, back to the Blue Jays. And,
well, actually, yeah, it's interesting, but let's get to more important, well, I shouldn't say more important things, because what's more important than the Jays? But let's get into the World Series. The Dodgers win a wild one last night over the Red Sox.
18-inning games, the longest game in World Series history.
You watched it.
3 a.m. I was up there watching. I was praying to God.
So you're a dedicated Red Sox or Dodgers fan?
Don't even give me that. You know, we all know as a Jays fan, we hate the Red Sox.
Okay, so my question to you, why would you stay up that?
Because it's an 18-inning game. It's incredible.
Okay, well,
and it's a World Series game. Look, if it was game 57 of a regular season game, I would say screw it and go to bed. Yeah. But it's the World Series game, and if Dodgers lose that, their season's basically over. They're down 3-0.
Yeah. So
you win that, it's 2-1, and you have a chance today to tie the series.
Question for you: they're playing every day?
Well,
they're playing tonight.
Yeah, well, because they're in the same location. But when they flip, it's a day off in between.
That's hectic. I would consider them a day off. I guess I'm just thinking basketball or hockey, but still, that's especially a 3-8. Well, I guess there it would be. I guess it would end at 11 because it's on the West Coast. So midnight. That's for 11, 12 o'clock, whatever. But that's the late game.
Yeah, it was.
Is there any ex-Blue Jays on the Red Sox?
Steve Pearce on the Red Sox.
Okay.
And nothing on the Dodgers. That's why I wanted the Brewers to go, because I wanted Granderson to do something. Because he was the only guy I really cared about at that point. But
and Steve Pearce is Steve Pearce, and he's on.
And he's on the Red Sox.
You still have the Red Sox winning the World Series?
I still do. I think
it's sad that they've been unbelievable for the whole. And you said they're. Yep. You said that they're not a playoff team.
I did say that. But
and look at them now.
Well, they're proving me wrong. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
But look, you never know. The Dodgers win today, and it's a 2-2 series, and who the heck knows what happens after that.
No, exactly. So I'm going Dodgers. You're going Dodgers, too.
I want the Dodgers.
I think Red Sox, and you think Red Sox.
Yeah, we're going the same way here.
Fantasy.
We're going to talk fantasy now.
We're going to talk fantasy. It's a tight race going into week 3 now. I was on a bye week last week.
We're on week 4.
We're on week 4?
It's your week 3.
It's my week 3. Well, it's everyone's week 4.
Yes.
Right. So just going to the standings here quickly.
Oh, look at this. We're actually doing this live on the pod.
Live on the pod. So, in the Eastern Conference, we have Eberly Hills, Eric Johnson for a 2-0 record, bud.
He's the guy I'm playing right now.
And then we got the 1-1, Evan Brown.
There you go.
And then we got the New Orleans Brass, Patrick Hogg at 1-2. Come on, buddy. You got to step it up. And we have Aiden Foley at 0-2. Man, you got to make some trades, Foley.
And then I'm leading the West at 2-1. Stallions are number 2. Frank Morse, he's 2-1. Brendan Eskimos, John Murray, you're 2-1. And then Saul and CG Penguins, I guess the Pittsburgh
Penguins.
They're 1-2. And Team Fortnite God, Ethan Coles, he is 1-2. So there's the update there.
There's the update. So guys, let's get some trades going. And I don't
know what's up with you and like all these trades.
I got to get some goal scoring. Patch Reddy has not performed for me at all.
I'm happy with my team.
So if y'all are listening to this podcast, which you probably are.
Did you say y'all?
Y'all. If any of y'all are listening to this podcast, and if you want to grab Max Pacioretty off my team, send me maybe a lowball offer. I'll see what I can do.
You heard it here first.
Max Pacioretty, y'all boy, Max Pacioretty is on the trade market, and y'all have to just send me a lowball offer for Max Pacioretty, and I might accept y'all's trade.
All right, I think we're gonna get to the questions now. Wow.
So, how many y'all have?
We have 9 questions from y'all.
We have a lot of y'all questions.
Okay.
Stephen W., what y'all got to say?
What y'all saying, Stephen W? Okay, so
Wait, did you just say W?
yeah.
What?
My God.
Okay.
So, Steve, we're gonna start off with you, man. Thoughts on Houston giving 4 first round picks for Jimmy Butler? Holy smokes! Clearly, they're in desperation
And
mode.
clearly,
They've had a terrible start.
I'm sorry if the Wolves don't take this trade, they're idiots.
4 first round picks. You saw what happened with Boston and Brooklyn. Ideally, they're in different situations, obviously.
Well, we don't know what Houston's going to be like in 2 years down the road.
I know, but like age-wise, they're okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. The Brooklyn Nets, that deal at the time was bad. This would be bad, but you can see what Houston's doing. I didn't know what the Brooklyn Nets were doing when they got a Kevin Garnett at 35 years old, Paul Pierce the same age, and Jason Terry for 5 future first-round picks.
That's still hurting them to this day.
Yeah, they have 1 more to go.
I can't believe that.
So wait, that was Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. I think it was somebody else. I think it was
Wasn't it Colin Sexton?
Colin Sexton, because they traded that. And I think it was 1 more. That was Marcus Smart, I think. And they have 1 more to go.
They would be a good team.
Yeah, they would. I mean, right now they're still a pretty good. Well, they're okay.
I'm talking Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nets are okay.
Okay.
But yeah, to me, we get that Houston wants to win, but you're mortgaging your whole future for possibly a year.
Yeah.
Mind you, I think he will re-sign with Houston, but he wants a max deal. Can Houston afford a max deal?
No.
They gave a max deal to Clint Capella, did they not? Or was it just under?
Pretty close.
And how's he doing? Okay, so thoughts on that?
What is
They
your
should do
dream?
it?
Oh, shoot. For who should do it? Houston or the T-Wolves? Houston or the T-Wolves?
Well, just both. Just kind of.
If I was Houston,
You would just revoke that trade right away. Just say void.
probably 4 first-round picks.
Jimmy Butler is a good player.
4 first-round picks.
Yeah, he's not that good. Okay, so you're same as me. What is your dream vacation? Where would that be? Dream vacation be? This is Stephen W.
I have a few. I mean, one of them would probably be L.A. I've always wanted to go out there and see Los Angeles.
LeBron?
Yeah, no. Just
fair.
want to see out there, man. It's
Just California in general. I
Yeah,
guess.
be incredible. That or like Australia. I want to see some kangaroos. That'd be
Kangaroos.
pretty
Some.
sweet.
Or no, I guess Carca Hunter passed away.
Yeah,
Crikey.
Yeah. Anyways, and somewhere tropical. I've always wanted to go to too.
Well, if you had to pick one, because you said one.
Punta Cana.
Punta Cana.
I've always wanted to go there.
That's cool. All inclusive, free alcohol.
Damn right, dude.
Yeah, no, that's
What about
good.
you?
For me, it would probably have to be. See, I've been to tropical places. I've been to Jamaica.
Okay,
Cuba.
all
I've
right.
been all over the place. No, I'm joking, but
Go to y'all places.
y'all places. For me, it would have to be like. I'm thinking somewhere's in like the Amazon rainforest.
Well, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool because just fishing there with a boat. I mean, the mosquitoes would be pretty bad, but I think
Yeah, like at your cottage or like at the park we went to years ago.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I remember that.
You have a video
But
of
no,
me
you know what?
freaking
Just
out.
bring a bug net and some off, and you're good to go. So for me, Amazon.
I did not.
I warned you, and you're like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You were in a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah, and you guys were all pantsed and sweaters and like the bee nets. I'm like, I'll just go with shorts and a t-shirt. I'll be fine. I was getting eaten alive.
Bee nets.
Oh, what did I say?
You said bee nets.
Oh, whatever.
Okay. Aiden Foley, Mr. 0-2.
Do you think Eamon McAdam will be sent back down to the Growlers?
I don't even know who that is.
That's the guy that called up to the Leafs when there was injuries.
No,
and stuff.
because Casimir Kaskasuo is injured.
I think when Kaskasuo comes back,
He won't come back for a while.
I think he will go back to the Growlers.
He won't be coming back for a while. Apparently, it's bad.
I'm saying at some point though.
Well, it depends how he performs. Maybe you could see Kaskasuo on the Growlers. We don't know.
What are your thoughts on Joe Montoyo becoming the new manager? I myself would like to have a guy like Jeff Bannister. First things first, it's hard to get
it's
a
hard
gist
to
on
tell,
Montoyo,
but we're both surprised.
and I would hate to have Jeff Bannister
Why?
because the guy is a joke. He's the
team-
Rangers manager. This is a guy that in a regular season game is acting like a child and getting pumped up and getting fired up for a home run. Buddy, relax.
Well, no, like, showing good emotion.
Yeah, but like the guy's a joke.
But if the Jays manager did that, you would be fired up, dude.
I'd be calling him an idiot because I'm like, man, like Gibbons never did that kind of stuff.
Well, he could
barely get up and walk, let alone that.
He was kind of just waddling.
He always waddled at the pitcher's mound. But I would hate to have Jeff Bannister. That's just my opinion on that. Okay. Chatterbox Reviews, judging by the small sample size of 5, well, now it's 6 games thus far, do you think Kawhi Leonard has a chance to be in the conversation for MVP this year?
Absolutely.
If he continues at this pace, I think there's no question he could be in the conversation.
Absolutely.
Stefano Grossi. I haven't seen you in a while, buddy.
No.
Or Grossi.
It's good to be back.
5 games of 5 different lineups. Nurse already did something Casey never done. Have we finally understand that?
Looking at the PO, I don't really. Maybe that's.
All I know is that Nick Nurse has done a better job since Dwayne Casey. He's adjusting. Dwayne Casey
What's
never
different,
adjusted.
Though?
Nick Nurse is making in-game adjustments. Dwayne Casey never did that.
He would just wait.
He always had his lineup, and that's what he was doing.
And then he would have his guys on the bench, and they would stay on the bench.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened, and I didn't like that. Roderick B, do you think the Canadians can stay in the playoff spot when they have to compete with the Bruins, Leafs, and Lightning? I do not think so. Look, I'm sorry. I know Carey Price is Carey Price, but you cannot. Like, they don't have a legitimate goal scorer. They don't have a legitimate defense scorer.
Not yet, but my argument to that is that, listen, if Carey Price has an unbelievable season, they can drag Montreal into the playoffs.
Maybe in a wild card spot. I can't see them taking a divisional spot.
Oh, no, I can't either. Wait, well, he's just playoff spot. Oh, can stay in a playoff spot. Wild card, probably. If Carey Price shows like he is doing now.
Maybe.
And with Shea Weber, listen, a healthy Shea Weber, Jonathan Dren bounced back
here. That's a big injury he had.
Well, they're playing great without him now.
It's been 10 games?
Well, just like the Leafs, it's been 10 games.
So, and now, Michael, you should stream more often with the Leafs and Raptors, maybe in the playoffs.
You should actually.
With the playoffs, maybe, but I think in the playoffs, I think this year, really, because these teams look special, I think the Square might be a really big option. For the playoffs.
You can't stream during the game in the Square.
No, I'm not doing.
I guess on your phone.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like instead of doing live streams, having like meetups and stuff down there instead.
Yeah, we can do that.
I think that would be better of an option there.
Well, I mean, just like okay, let's just say that it's a primetime game, us against the Sixers on a Saturday night for the Raptors. Do you think you should maybe stream? That'd be cool.
It would be.
Think about it for sure.
It's definitely an option that we can think about moving forward. But hey. It's still a long ways away. If we make the playoffs, you never know.
Well, just talking about like games, they don't have to do the playoffs, like regular season games. Like
it's hard to
find
time though to sit down and stream and do nothing for 3 hours, right? True. It is kind of difficult, but that's why I try and make time for at least the first games of the year.
True.
I think it's gonna wrap that baby up.
Yeah, episode 33.
33 episodes.
We act every single time. We act like it's so surprising, which it is.
It is 33 hours.
Yeah. So next week. What are we talking? Guys, this is.
Are we doing it? Are we gonna do one this week coming up here? Like, because today's Saturday, we're doing one during this week.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, I don't know my schedule right now, so.
Oh, there you go. So I guess we'll be tweeting. You work every day, I guess.
No, I have one off, so we might have to do it in that time.
That's
fine. To find it here. Yeah, I got it right here. Wednesday.
Okay, that's fine. So we're doing it Wednesday.
Wednesday on Halloween.
No, that's on Tuesday. Halloween's on
31st.
Oh, it's 31st now. Okay. Well, I guess it wasn't now. It's always been the 31st.
Yeah, Halloween's always been on October 31st.
Oh, okay.
Okay, dude. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're going to cut it off right there.
Yeah, we are. Maybe we're drinking too much of this tainted water.
All right, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. I want to thank Mr. Celery for doing his thing.
Shout out to Mr. Celery.
For on a daily basis being a stud.
Who's he the mascot of the surprise, the Soprano Surprises, isn't it?
Something like that. Well, he is in my eyes, at least.
Well, he's our mascot now, so we're stealing him.
Yeah, Mr. Celery. There you go.
So we're stealing
I want to thank him for all his encouragement each and every week. I want to thank your guys' encouragement every single week, and it's been a lot of fun once again.
And thank you for 200
followers on Twitter. It's crazy. Almost 3,500 followers.
And we're going to be trying to be more
channel.
active on Twitter, I guess.
Yeah, almost 3,500 subscribers on the main channel. It's been incredible, guys. Thank you so
Q&A.
much. Yep, 5,000 guys, Q&A. Well, I'm going to be doing that, so it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so we want to thank you guys so much for all your guys' support this week, last week, and all the other weeks.
Yes.
All 33.
33. How many hours is that?
It's over a full day, 24, so it's like a day and a half almost.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But like I said, guys, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
And happy Saturday, too.
Happy Saturday. Let's go watch the Leafs, have a good time, get a victory, and then have a good time on a Saturday night. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We hope you guys did, and I will talk to you guys later tonight. Leafs edition, obviously, Winnipeg Jets and Leafs at Scotiabank Arena. Looking for the home and home both victories, which would be very, very good against the Jets.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun. And Evan and I will talk to you guys this upcoming Wednesday, 4 days from right now.
Episode 34.
Episode 34 of the TO Sports Talk podcast. Thank you guys for listening, and Evan and I will talk to you guys then.
Peace.